Yo, what's up guys? I hope you're doing well. As a lover of action RPG games, I spend most of my time on this channel talking about Diablo 4, Path of Exile 2, but then I also try and talk about new games in the genre, up-and-coming games that I think people might be interested in. And let me tell you, I've got something real special to talk about today. So I recently got the opportunity to attend a preview event for a new game called Arkheron, and this is going to be available to playtest during the Steam Next Fest, which should be around the time this video comes out. You should be able to jump in and try this. And this is something I've been following for a while. So if you've followed this channel for a while, around 4 or 5 months ago, I made a video and I tried it in the last test and I said, this is phenomenal. It's got so much potential. Next time it's available, I want to talk about it. And here we are, it's available and it's only got better. So why should you care about Arkheron? So why am I so excited for Arkheron? I'd say 2 reasons. One is it's a very unique type of game, which I'm going to talk about. And 2 is the company behind it. So it's being made by Bonfire Studios. And if you've never heard of them, rightly so, because this is their first big game. But Bonfire Studios was founded by Rob Pardo, who was the chief creative officer, I believe, and lead designer of World of Warcraft at Blizzard. So a pretty huge name that came to start their own passion project. And that is something that you can feel. There's something oddly high quality in this indie game all the way through. So that's the first reason I was really excited by this. So what is Arkheron? So the way it works is you load into this tower. You load into this big tower as a group of 3 with loads of other people. And it's filled with like monsters, creatures, and loot. And as you go around, it's completely classless. So everyone that goes in, you might have a different looking character of how the character like model you picked, but you have no abilities, no skills, and you can't take anything in with you. So everyone's a blank canvas. And as you open a chest, if you find like a sword, you now are at the front with a sword. If somebody picks up a bow, they're going to stand at the back and be a ranged character. And then as you go through and loot everything, you will start to find these relics, which are like weapons and armor of a specific hero. So there are these heroes called Eternals, and they've basically shattered themselves into pieces, and those pieces are spread throughout the tower. If you find one piece, you then have a piece of the Eternal. So you have on your gear, you have like 2 weapons and then 2 accessories, and it's your job to try and make a build on the fly. So say you're running around and you've got a bow, and then you find a piece of Kareev, who's like the fire Eternal, like the big fire monster Eternal. You can then have some fire, like you'll have like a fire ability that you can throw in. So you've kind of made like a bit of a range build. Let's say you want to be more of a support. There are certain items in there that help like defend your team, heal. There are items that like I found one that puts up a big wall. So say there's the enemy team's running in, you can try and wall one of them off and take them down. Really cool stuff. And how you make that build on the fly is completely up to you. You might want to get like one defensive piece from one Eternal, one unique piece from another Eternal, and try and piece that together to be like a support build or be like a full range build. Or if you find all of the pieces from the same Eternal, you start to make set bonuses. So there are set bonuses for having like 2 pieces, for example. And then once you have all 4 from the same Eternal, you can transform into the Eternal, so into this this legend, and then you get an extra ability of that Eternal. So you have people running around, especially like on the higher floors, as these full Eternals with like the full kit of, you'll have people running in. There's a guy who's got like this wolf. There's a woman that has like an umbrella and has like more of like a close range. There wasn't enough time to play every single hero, so I can't say what they all do. All I know is they look cool, and there were so many things happening to learn at once. So then as you're getting all this gear, you're trying to ascend the tower. That's like the ultimate goal. And as time goes on, the towers will start to close, and there'll be beacons like beaming you up to the next floor basically, and you'll have to go to this beacon and go up. But all of the teams are also trying to get to these beacons, so you'll be fighting other players at these beacons to thin the numbers. So like maybe half the team will be like wiped out going to the second floor, and then you'll loot and you'll adventure and do the quests and do whatever there is on the second floor and progress your build, make whatever you can, and you'll be sharing with your team. You'll be like throwing out items. If you pick up an item that your team already has, it like upgrades their piece. So you're helping each other like get stronger, and then you'll ascend to the final floor, and there'll be a final winner. One team will like win the game. So it works a little bit like a battle royale of like a last man standing kind of thing, but the making the builds as you like with no pre-plan is just so much fun. It's so fun just seeing something and just putting it together and trying to make that work with your team, because obviously everyone can't be full ranged support. Everyone can't just running melee, because someone will like throw something and root you and you'll have no way to get out of it. So you've got to work together as a team and with limited idea of what you're going to get, which is really interesting. So that's kind of the game, and I'm sure just from that you'll know if this is something you're interested in. And you know, some people don't like the fast-paced, you know, some people don't like PvP at all, and they won't play a game that has PvP in. And you'll know now this isn't for you, right? But if you are interested in that, if you do have that competitive streak in you, if you do want to like the grindy game of like getting better at something, I really think you've got to try this because it's going to be so good. I'm going to be playing a ton of it. I'll link my Discord down below if you want to come try and play. Then I'll be jumping in a lot on this, so let me know. And I'll also talk about my experience playing it. So at the preview event, we were teamed with a couple of people, like other creators, and then people from the event, and we jumped in and we had like 2 or 3 games, I think. And I will say, if the quality looks a little funky, that's because we were just like thrown in and we just had to just go in the games. There wasn't time to sit and like really tailor or go through all the settings and, you know, tweak all the different things. So I know it's a bit of a blur. When I played it like months ago on the playtest, it was completely smooth. So apologies if it does look a little rough on the you know, the video quality. But you go in, and I tried to make different builds than what I'd played before. So on my first playthrough, I tried to play as Hollow. So Hollow is it's like this kind of ranged character that has like this little snake pet thing. I don't know, like this little black demon-y thing like around their head. And they're all about like range and control. And they're the ones that can place this big wall. And that's something that I really wanted to like try. So you have like a long range attack, and then you have more of like a short range attack where this creature like burrows under the ground. And then when you get into a scuffle, you can put up this wall, which is just game breaking. I think it's really, really strong. That was really fun. We had some really good moments there. I'll try and show them where you can like cut people off, and that was great. And then on the second playthrough, I tried to make, I don't know the character's name off the top of my head, but I tried to make a build around this character that had like these talons, and they could like jump in and do this like combo. Basically with every weapon you have like a couple of abilities. So you have like you have a quick attack and then like a charge kind of thing. It's keeping it really simple. So I tried to build this character, and I think I was like, at the end I was like one piece away, so I couldn't fully transform and try it out. But that was very, very hard. Like the melee playstyle, there was one moment where like the whole team went down, and I was trying to revive, and I was trying to like 1v2 1v3, which was so much fun. That yeah, the competitive side of me definitely came out, and I know when this comes out I'm gonna want to just sweat it so that, you know, I can win a few of these, you know, 1v2s and 2v3s, stuff like that. But yeah, overall I'd say we never came like really high. We never finished like top floor. We got to the second floor a few times, but yeah, overall the experience was chaos. I would say like you don't have enough time to get everything you want. If you're like, I want to be this melee build with this trinket and this defensive, no, you don't have time to just sit and loot every single chest. Every time you go for a chest, you're gonna run into other people, and they keep each floor short enough that you're constantly being funneled around into the next thing. So it keeps you moving, it keeps you fighting, and I really like that. I think with a lot of these type of games can go one or two ways. One, they can go to like they've just removed PvP and they just become like PvE extraction games, which some people love, but they haven't done that, which I'm very happy about. And the other way is you have these game modes where like you go in and you spend like 20 minutes looting. Think like an extraction game like Tarkov, or something like even some Ark Raiders games. You spend so long like looting and going around, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna loot this, and then you just get like one shot and down by like a team. You've spent all that time just like gathering, and then you just get wiped out in 2 seconds. This is much faster. You don't have 20 minutes to go loot. It's very fast paced. It's very grab what you can, make it work. And if you know what you're picking up, you have a massive advantage over everyone else. If you know you're picking up a staff that is ranged, you already know how to play that and what playstyle that fits. And then if you go to the next chest and there's like a defensive, you know to grab that if it works with your build. Say you have like a two-handed sword that can like slow people down, and then you get something that makes you defensive in melee range. You know they're like a perfect combo, and you just have so much of a knowledge gap on the other players that you can make your builds much better than they can, which I think is really, really fun. And it's yeah, I'm gonna be doing a few guides and a few build guides and stuff on this when it comes out, because I think skill's going to be a big part of this, but knowledge is going to be even bigger. But yeah, that's Arkheron and my impressions of it. I wanted to keep this personable, but still a little informative. This isn't like a beginner's guide where I want to say like, this is what every quest is. This is what every single hero does. Because if you don't like this game, if as soon as you hear the word PvP, you might just go, nope. So I didn't want to waste anyone's time with that. There is going to be more stuff coming on this game. So stick around if you want to see it. Subscribe if you want to see more on this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Interested, excited, or massively turned away by PvP. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.